As a human rights lawyer and critic of Bashar al-Assad, Anwar al-Bunni has been trying to bring Syrian perpetrators of torture to justice. Now he's grappling with property rights law. We meet him in Berlin, his new home since he fled Syria 4 years ago. Al-Bunni's phone has been ringing non-stop since Assad issued his so-called Decree No. 10. Refugees all over Europe have been seeking his advice. Many of them still own property in Syria.
They're really worried. Most Syrians would like to return home someday, when it's safe and people feel they can live in freedom. But they don't know how they can declare ownership of their property. And now they're afraid they'll lose their houses and their land through this decree. They're afraid of losing their right to return home.
The new decree is part of the government's strategy to rebuild war-torn Syria. When a local development plan is announced, citizens are required to prove their property ownership within 30 days. But most refugees from Syria lack such documents, and they are afraid of being arrested if they return. If they do nothing, the Syrian state will take over their homes. The German government here in Berlin says the decree is expropriation under dubious pretext, and we must assume that with it, conditions in Syria will be changed to benefit the regime and its supporters. Al-Bunni owns an apartment in the west of Damascus. Because he was threatened with arrest, he left everything behind. This photo is his only souvenir of the place.
My chair, you know, and I remember every detail because I lived there 25 years more.
Unlike most Syrian refugees, Al-Bunni does have the right paperwork, but traveling to Syria is far too dangerous now. He could lose his flat because he's certain no one will oppose the decree.
These horrendous crimes have been going on in Syria for years, and no one in the whole world was really interested. Why should the international community intervene now when it only concerns our houses? It makes me sad. I'm angry and very disappointed.
Time for a break. But before long, his phone rings again. Anwar al-Bunni predicts the first development plans will be announced at the end of the month, and that his neighborhood will likely be included. But he insists that even if he loses everything, he'll never give up hope of returning to Syria one day.